Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back, dear students. We have our unit, which is Unit 3. Now, there were lots of interesting things that we have discussed in our unit here. We are going to just revise very quickly what we took in our unit, which is what we will they think of next. Now, we had our reading, which was on page 40 and 41. The title, Out of This World, which had, yes, facts and amazing ideas that they have prepared for the future. Now, we talked about space tourism, as you can see in our graph here, and the business that they are planning to start. We do have our homework, which is on page number 41. So we have the true or false. Now you are asked to answer either true or false, and also to correct or rewrite the false statements to make them true on page 41. Now we have the first one. We have number 1. The first tourist in space paid $2 million. So if you remember that we answered in our lesson and said that this one is, we have here false, yes, because actually he paid, instead of $2 million, $20 million. The second part we have here, Virgin Galactic is struggling to book its first year of flights. We can see that it is also false because actually they had the first year already booked. We have number 3. A Japanese construction company has plans to build a hotel in space. We said that this is, yes, true. Moving on, we have the number 4. The entire hotel will experience zero gravity. You can see that we have here, we said that it is false when we explained. Why? Because we have here, yes, the hotel will spin slowly to simulate the Earth's gravity. Moving on to number 5, the Hilton hotel chain plans to power a moon hotel with wind power. Now, when we explained in our lesson, we highlighted the idea that false, it is not wind power, but actually we said that it is, yes, solar panels. Leaving us to the last one. Now, the Hilton Hotels is working on the moon hotel with NASA, and yes, as we passed by, it was true. So we revised the points that we discussed throughout the lesson, and we made sure that the exercise is all correct. Now, what about you? Do you think space tourism will happen in the future? Now, if you recall the beginning of our reading lesson, I asked you just to imagine the idea or the opportunity to go to space as a tourist. So you do have in the same page, we have the speaking part. So our objectives of the speaking lesson are to predict the future of space tourism by visualizing, decide the advantages and disadvantages of space tourism as a future project, propose different aspects related to tourism, and also maximize opportunities for language practice. So on the same page, you are asked to work in groups or pairs. Think about space tourism in the future. Do you think it will happen? Why or why not? We have also a question. What do you think some of the advantages and disadvantages will be? So you're going to just think about the idea of space tourism and think about all the advantages and disadvantages. Now think about transportation, accommodation, costs, and advertising also concerning space. Make notes in the chart and use them to help you present your opinion and discuss in class using, as you can see here, this chart. Now in the book we have the chart. You can write here the advantages of space tourism. You can write also the disadvantages and your opinion. So we have here, in my opinion, space tourism will or will not happen for the reasons, and write your notes. So you're going to use this table here. You're going to write all the notes that you have in mind, and then you will discuss with your classmates the ideas or opinions that you have using the notes that you have just written. Now, since we are talking about the idea of the future and the projects that are related to the future, now this is going to lead us to different ideas that we may have discussed. Now, we discussed in the first lesson, if you remember, the changes or the future plans relating to people and language. Also, we have something concerning, we have here, you can see that there is something that we mentioned about electronic changes. We also mentioned media, communication, and delivery. Now, all of these points we discussed, including space projects in our unit, which is about what will they think of next. So what is next? We are going to move on here, and we are going to discuss the future in our country. We have the future as we plan here, and of course we're going to talk about the vision of 2030. Now we are going to relate to the projects that we have here in 2030, and we are going to connect it with the idea of the future. So this is what we are planning to do in our writing lesson. Our objectives are to list Saudi achievements. Number 2, to state the importance of 2030 vision. Number 3, to scan for information and words. Number 4, to outline the pillars and themes of the Saudi vision. Number 5, to choose a Saudi development and prepare to write about it, clarifying its impact. Number 6, to organize ideas to write a new essay. So these are the objectives that we have here in our writing. We are going to start on page number 42. We have page number 42. The question: how do you think the world will have changed by the year 2050? Think about cities, crops, manufacturing, vehicles, trade, homes, and other buildings, measures to protect people from environmental factors such as possible radiation from nuclear power stations and so on. So we are going to just think about the changes that may happen concerning the different parts that we have here highlighted. Now you are going to connect and relate between these points that we have here and the idea of 2030, our vision, and what are the projects, different projects that we have. So we're going to just move on here, as you can see. Now we have a new question. How do you think Saudi Arabia will change in the future? What progresses and developments will have been made by 2030 in different areas such as education, society, the economy, technology, culture, and infrastructure? So these are just ideas that you are going to put in mind here. Think about the different points that we have here and just recall, what do you know about the projects concerning education or the projects that are concerned with economy or technology? So you can just relate between what you already know and your information, and you're going to write about it in our lesson. So before we start our writing lesson here, we are going to read the text and compare your ideas into, which are the parts that we just discussed, with the plans in the text. So open your books on page number 42. Look at the use of active and passive voice in the text, which is used most often, and why. So as we applied in Unit 2, we are going to also listen. We're going to highlight the different points that we have, and we are going to also just watch out for the active and passive structures in the passage. So we have the questions that we just recalled, and we're going to look at other questions. Now we have here the question: what are the 3 pillars of Saudi Arabia's vision for 2030? You are going to read a passage and you are going to listen at the same time and just highlight the 3 pillars that we have for Saudi Arabia's vision. Also, what are the 3 themes around which the vision is being built? We have also outline and discuss some important elements of these themes. And we have the last question: look at the use of active and passive voice in the text, which is used most often, and why. So I mentioned the questions. I have them ready for you here, and they are going to be with us in our slides. So be ready to listen to the Saudi vision of 2030 here in your book. As you can see that I have my questions ready for you. They are going to be with you in each slide here as we listen together, and you can just follow up in your book. Just read the questions and we're going to answer at the very end. So let's start.
All success stories start with a vision, and successful visions are based on strong pillars. By 2030, our vision for the country will have been implemented, providing greater opportunities for our people. The pillars on which we will build this vision are firstly, our status as the heart of the Arab and Islamic worlds, secondly, our determination to become a global investment powerhouse, and finally, the transformation of our unique strategic location into a global hub connecting 3 continents, Asia, Europe and Africa. By 2030, our vision will have been developed into reality, built around 3 themes: a vibrant society, a thriving economy, and an ambitious nation. This first theme is vital to achieving the vision, and a strong foundation for economic prosperity. We recognize the importance of preserving our society and our sophisticated heritage in order to promote national unity and consolidate true Islamic and Arab values. We will endeavor to strengthen, preserve, and highlight our national identity so that it can guide the lives of future generations. We will do so by keeping true to our national values and principles, as well as by encouraging social development and upholding the Arabic language. We will continue to work on the restoration of national, Arab, Islamic, and ancient cultural sites, and strive to make them accessible to everyone, and, in the process, create cultural events and build world-class museums which will attract visitors from near and far. Our cities already enjoy high levels of security and development. Our citizens are safe, secure and healthy. We will continue to maintain this through supporting infrastructure development, providing high-quality services, and keeping our crime rates, already among the lowest in the world, very low. We will further continue to develop and provide meaningful recreation facilities to our citizens, and encourage the exchange of knowledge and cultural experiences through community clubs and pastimes. In the second theme, a thriving economy provides opportunities for all by building an education system aligned with market needs and creating economic opportunities for entrepreneurs and small enterprises as well as the large corporations. Therefore, we will develop our investment tools to unlock our promising economic sectors, diversify our economy, and create job opportunities. We will also expand our economy and improve the quality of our services. We will continue to support our already excellent education system to help young people gain the skills and training to enter the job market and find work. Our nation is ambitious in what we want to achieve. We will improve efficiency and take responsibility seriously at all levels. Our third theme is built on an effective, transparent, accountable, enabling and high-performing government. We will also prepare the right environment for our citizens, the private sector, and non-profit sector, to take their responsibilities and take the initiative in facing challenges and seizing opportunities. One of our responsibilities is towards not only the people of our country and our visitors, but also to the environment. By preserving our environment and natural resources, we fulfill our Islamic, human and moral duties. We will seek to safeguard our environment by increasing the efficiency of waste management. We will promote the optimal use of our water resources, and we will direct our efforts towards protecting and rehabilitating our areas of natural beauty.
Okay, so we have the script here. We listen to it, which is about the whole passage here, and we just highlighted the answers of the questions that I have put with each slide here. So we're going to answer now. Now we're going to see what we have here. First of all, what are the 3 pillars of Saudi Arabia's vision for 2030? So it's very clear that the 3 pillars, we have read them. We have also the questions here. So let's just go by and pass them. We have here what are the 3 pillars. We can say that from the paragraph, the pillars are, we have here, yes, now our status as the heart of the Arab and Islamic worlds. Secondly, our determination to become a global investment powerhouse. And finally, the transformation of our unique strategic location into a global hub connecting 3 continents, Asia, Europe, and Africa. Now, this is the answer of the first question. We have also what are the 3 themes around which the visions is being built. Now, we can say that we have here the 3 themes in this part. Now, you can see that built around 3 themes, which are a vibrant society, a thriving economy, and ambitious nation. Now, I hope that you have highlighted the same answers that we have with me. We are going to move on with the 3rd part here, outline and discuss some important elements of these themes. So we highlighted the themes. We're going to outline the important elements that we have here. Now, you can see we have the same part. We're going to also highlight that we have, from the very beginning, the first theme is vital to achieving the vision and a strong foundation for economic prosperity. We have also, we recognize the importance of preserving our society with our sophisticated heritage in order to promote national unity and consolidate true Islamic and Arab values. Continuing here, we have here national values and principles. We have also world-class museums. So all of these are parts that we can discuss. Continuing, we have here non-profit sector. We have initiative in facing challenges. And we have here one of the responsibilities. We're talking about responsibilities towards not only the people or in country, but also we have here our environment, and we fulfill our Islamic, human, and moral duties. We will seek to safeguard our environment. Leading to the last question here, look at the use of active and passive voice in the text and which is used most often and why. So we did the same idea in Unit 2 when we concentrated or focused on this structure. So we have here the first sentence is in the passive voice to show that by a particular point, 2030, these plans will have been correctly implemented and finished. Now, why is it in passive here? What is important? The action or what we want to do or the people or who is doing it? So we have these sentences in passive because we are concentrating on the results or the actions that we have here. But the active voice is used more often. Now, this is done to show that the people of Saudi Arabia are planning and developing and implementing change and improvements deliberately and with foresight and effective organization rather than happening by chance. So to just revise what we have here, we have the first part, which is passive, because we are focusing on what we want to be done. And then we are focusing on the people of Saudi Arabia, turning our sentences into active. Now it's going to be your turn. Now we have discussed mainly the idea of the themes and the pillars of the Saudi vision here, and we focused also highlighted the main ideas that we have mentioned and the reasons and what we do want to achieve. So it's going to be your turn to think about the small details that we have here and just think about what you know, connect with your reality, just prepare what are the projects that you know about so you can write. So we have here our writing lesson. You are going to choose one development in the text which will have been completed by 2030. Now think about the impact this development will have on both your personal life and society. Write your ideas in an organizer. So this is a good idea to just connect between you and the projects that you are interested in and the impact that they will have on you and your society together. Now you're going to write your ideas in an organizer, and you're going to write an essay presenting your ideas and give some examples. So be prepared. We are going to just think about the project that we know, and we are going to use the table that they have in the book. We have here the development that will have taken place by 2030. You're going to mention one of the developments that has an impact on you. Of course, the impact on my life personally and the impact on society from your point of view. You're going to think about the different parts here and just write some notes. Now these notes, they will be ready for our next lesson, inshallah, which is going to be writing the essay here. Now they do have a short module in your book here. You can see that the module is about education in 2030. By 2030, I believe that technology will have completely changed the way we learn. Instead of going to school, we will be able to stay home and learn with the use of computers. One way we will do this is to use an educational robot. This is a robot which goes to school in our place. We will use the robot to communicate remotely with our teacher and our classmates. So this is just an example that we have in the book. You can think about something that is similar to it or something that is different, but put in mind that it has to be related to our Vision 2030 in Saudi Arabia. So be ready and be prepared. We have here our outline of the day. Now we discussed the future of space tourism and the achievements in our revision. We read and listened. We enumerated the pillars and themes which are related to Vision 2030. We highlighted different developments that we have focused on in our vision. And at the very end, organized writing steps. Now, the first thing, as we said, is to think about an idea that you have or a project and just write your notes and be ready for our writing lesson.